Hey folks, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about cardinality and the importance of each type of cardinal rule. So the reason it's so important is because Power BI not only looks at the active and inactive relationship, but we look at the cardinal type as well. So Power BI knows exactly how you want to really sift through your data. So there's 4 different types, and I'll talk about all of those individually. So first we have one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and then many-to-many. And I just want to put this note down here because it's extremely beneficial to know, because if you don't select the right type, what's going to happen when you try to slice or filter your data or come up with different counts or aggregation values such as sum or average, it's not going to count or give you the end result that you want correctly because your cardinal rule selection was probably not right. So from the base of your creation of your schema, you not only want to create the active relationship between your tables, but also select the correct cardinal type. So first up, we have one-to-one. So essentially what one-to-one really means is that you have 2 tables. You have table A and table B. It means that table A only has a value for one individual that's going to meet the same criteria of the value in Bravo. So that means that employee ID 1 is only going to be available once in table B. So then when I'm trying to filter data and I want to see from my alpha roster to my PT score, saying alpha roster is table A and PT score is table B, I'm going to extract only one value for the PT score to then be adopted within my chart or analysis for that employee 1 member or KPI. Next up, we have one-to-many. Is almost the same thing, but in the initial front. And then on the back end, we have many, meaning we have customer ID 101 over here, and that's only one value. So that's one unique value that's tied to the ID within this table. And then in table B, we have 101 listed more than once because we have more than one order listed. So if I want to aggregate my values of how many orders were collected from table B, I can do that simply because I selected the right cardinal type. Now, if I only did it for one-to-one, what's probably going to happen is I'm not going to be able to aggregate my data correctly. So the way we can use it within the HR realm is going to be taking the alpha roster, so table A, and then seeing every par that's associated with a certain member. So then now you can see everything that's in queue or process or completed for that one individual. So next up, you have many to one. So this is the same exact process as the last one, but it's just flipped. So now in table A, you have all your customer IDs that may be duplicated because you have numerous order dates and amounts. And then you have table B, which is going to be your unique value. So now we're looking at pars to an alpha roster. Now I just want to note that one-to-many is probably going to be the primary one that you use because we have so many data points where we're taking our fact table, so table A, the center point of our star schema, and we're collecting data from everything else that's coming in, every data table that's listed as table B. So each supporting dimension within our dashboard that we showed earlier, think of them as table B. So now we have many to many. So this one's really tricky and it can give you duplicated values if they're not used properly. So think about MTO to alpha roster. So you have an entire MTO that lists you your UICs more than once, and then you have alpha rosters that list them more than once as well. And now you want to aggregate those values and then compare them against each other. And that's one way you can do it. Now, just to wrap up, the primary one to use is really going to be your one-to-many. And then the secondary one I would advise you to use is one-to-one, depending on what your data really looks like. So think about your data and how you want to utilize it, what you want within your dashboard, and then kind of go from there and then see what works best for you and your unit. That's all I have for today, folks.